Hola, ¿qué tal? In this video, we're going to learn about possessive pronouns and possessive nouns in Spanish. Hi, my name is Rafa del Toro, your teacher from Spanish Speaker. So let's get started. Today's lesson is a continuation of lesson number 9, in which we learned about possessive adjectives. So just like possessive adjectives, possessive pronouns indicate whether the possessed object is either masculine or feminine, singular or plural. Let's take a look at the board. Now I'm going to read the personal pronouns with their respective possessive pronouns. Yo, mío, mía, míos, mías. Tú, tuyo, tuya, tuyos, tuyas. Usted, suyo, suya, suyos, suyas. Él, suyo, suya, suyos, suyas. Ella, suyo, suya, suyos, suyas. Nosotros, nuestro, nuestra, nuestros, nuestras. Nosotras, nuestro, nuestra, nuestros, nuestras. Ustedes, suyo, suya, suyos, suyas. Ellos, suyo, suya, suyos, suyas. Ellas, suyo, suya, suyos, suyas. As you can see, the words suyo, suya, suyos, suyas are used by 6 different personal pronouns. So, as Spanish speakers, in everyday conversation, we need more clarification. So, we use the words de él, de ella, de usted, de ellos, etc. Let me give you some examples. For example, if you want to say, it's her money, it's hers. In Spanish, we would say, es el dinero de ella, es de ella. Another example, it's his house, it's his. Es la casa de él, es de él. Another example, look at their shoes, look at theirs. Mira los zapatos de ellos, mira a los de ellos. When we use possessive pronouns as the subject of a sentence, we have to add the definite article corresponding to the gender of the possessed object. Let me give you an example. Let's say we're comparing our motorcycles, and you want to say this sentence. Mine is faster. In this case, mine is the subject of that sentence. Mine is faster. Since we're talking about the motorcycle, and the motorcycle is feminine, in Spanish you would say, the mine is faster. And that in Spanish would be, la mía es más rápida. Why la? Because the motorcycle is feminine. Let me give you more examples. Your house is nice, but mine is nicer. Tu casa es bonita, pero la mía es más bonita. In this example, casa is feminine. We're talking about houses. Another example. Our books are heavy, but yours are heavier. Nuestros libros son pesados, pero los tuyos son más pesados. Let's do some practice. Let's translate the following sentences. Ready? Let's go. Number 1. These keys aren't mine. Mine are smaller. Number 2. This is a nice camera, but yours is better, right? Number 3. Our room is bigger than theirs. Number 4. Your table is square, right? No, ours is round. Feel free to pause the video while you practice. Okay, so the answers are, number 1, estas llaves no son mías. Las mías son más pequeñas. Number 2, esta cámara es bonita, pero la tuya es mejor, ¿cierto? Number 3, nuestra habitación es más grande que la de ellos. Number 4, tu mesa es cuadrada, ¿cierto? No, la de nosotros es redonda. How did you do? I hope you did great. Let's talk about possessive nouns. Sometimes we need to use a possessive noun instead of a possessive adjective or pronoun. Possessive nouns in English use apostrophes. For example, Tom's idea, Susie's project, my family's trip. So how do we say these sentences in Spanish? For better clarification, let's take a look at these groups of sentences. It's not my hat, it's his, it's Pablo's. In Spanish, we would say, no es mi sombrero, es de él, es de Pablo. Let me give you another example. They're her earrings, they're hers, they're Manuela's. In Spanish, we would say, son los aretes de ella, son de ella, son de Manuela. One last example. These are their beers. These are Gabriela and Rosa's beers. In Spanish, we would say, estas son las cervezas de ellas. Estas son las cervezas de Gabriela y Rosa. Just like with possessive pronouns, when possessive nouns are the subject of a sentence, we have to add the corresponding definite article. Let's use the same example we used the last time. Let's say we are comparing motorcycles, but this time you think that Julio's motorcycle is the fastest one. So you want to say, Julio's is faster. In Spanish, you would have to say, la de Julio es más rápida. Let me give you some more examples. These keys aren't Julio's. Julio's are smaller. In Spanish, that would be, estas llaves no son de Julio. Las de Julio son más pequeñas. Let me give another example. My garden is nice, but my neighbor's is nicer. In Spanish, that would be, mi jardín es bonito, pero el de mi vecino es más bonito. As you may have noticed that the word order of these sentences is different than in English, and it can be a little tricky. So I'm going to give you a few examples so that you can focus and pay attention to the order of the sentences. Okay, so number one would be Ernesto's friends, los amigos de Ernesto. They are Ernesto's friends. Ellos son los amigos de Ernesto. Ernesto's friends are nice. Los amigos de Ernesto son amables. Sometimes we need to find out who the possessor of the object is. In English, we use the word whose. And in Spanish, we use the words de quién in the singular form and de quiénes in the plural form. I would like you to also pay close attention to the word order of these words. So, let me give you the first example. Whose card is this? In Spanish, we would say, ¿de quién es esta tarjeta? Let me give you another example. Whose shoes are these? ¿De quién son estos zapatos? Another example. Whose balloon is that? ¿De quién es ese globo? Another example. Whose houses are those? ¿De quiénes son esas casas? One common possessive expression in English is this one, a friend of mine. In Spanish, we say, a friend of mine. So that would be un amigo mío. But we don't usually say, oh, they're two uncles of mine, or oh, they're two sisters of mine. But in Spanish, we say it that way. In English, we would say, oh, they're two of my uncles, or they're two of my sisters. In Spanish, we say, ellos son dos tíos míos, or ellas son dos hermanas mías. Let's do another exercise. Let's translate the following sentences. Ready? Let's go. Number one, these are two of my pictures. Number two, whose shirt is this? Number three, Angela's friends are young. Number four, Ramiro's are old. Number five, it's your problem, not mine. Feel free to pause the video while you practice. Okay, so here are the answers. Number one, estas son dos fotos mías. Number two, ¿de quién es esta camisa? Number three, los amigos de Ángela son jóvenes. Number four, los de Ramiro son viejos. Number five, es tu problema, no el mío. How did you do? I hope you did great. All right, everyone, this is the end of this lesson and the end of this course. Congratulations. Okay, I hope you're excited to have reached this milestone, and I hope you've enjoyed this video and this course. In our next lesson, in our next course, we're going to learn a lot about verbs, a lot of verbs actually, and that will help you be able to communicate much better in Spanish. In lesson number 11, we're going to study impersonal verbs. So I hope you're excited to start a new course. And thank you for watching, and see you in our next lesson. Hasta pronto.